Have you ever noticed that small changes in your body, like losing your sense of smell or having a weaker voice, might actually be early warnings of a serious illness? Despite advanced healthcare systems and increasing life expectancy, many older adults still overlook seemingly harmless signs. You might think, I'm just getting older. But sometimes that very thought delays the detection of Parkinson's disease, a progressive neurological disorder that quietly develops but strongly impacts quality of life. This condition is not rare. Many seniors are already living with the early signs of Parkinson's without even realizing it, until the disease progresses, making treatment more difficult. However, if detected early, symptoms can be managed, allowing the patient to maintain independence for much longer. In this content, you'll learn to identify 5 of the most common early signs of Parkinson's, subtle but critically important signals that you or your loved ones may be experiencing without noticing. If you find this topic important, please hit like and share it so your loved ones can also have a better chance at early protection. Have you ever experienced any of these signs? Share your story or thoughts in the comments because your experience might help someone else recognize something important. Now let's explore 5 subtle but significant signs of Parkinson's so that every step in old age becomes steadier and empowered. Have you ever noticed that your favorite dish doesn't smell as good as it used to? That feeling doesn't just come from changes in taste with age. There's a sign few people pay attention to until it starts showing up regularly and truly affecting daily life: the gradual loss of the sense of smell. Not being able to smell your morning coffee, the flowers in your garden, or the aroma of a weekend barbecue might seem like a small issue. But behind this change lies an important warning, one of the earliest signs of Parkinson's disease that many seniors often overlook. How does this happen? The part of the nervous system that controls smell is located very close to the brain area that's usually affected first when Parkinson's begins. This means that when you start losing your ability to perceive scents, it could be your brain's way of sending a silent alert about a deeper issue developing quietly beneath the surface. The danger is, this symptom isn't painful, it's unclear, and it often lasts for years before more recognizable signs like hand tremors or slow movement appear. That's why it's so easily ignored. But here's the good news. You can absolutely take charge and monitor it yourself. Try checking if you can still smell familiar things like soap, your usual perfume, or your everyday meals. If you frequently find yourself asking, "Why does this smell faint?" while others say, "It smells fine to me," then it's time to pay attention. So what should you do? First, don't panic. Loss of smell doesn't mean you definitely have Parkinson's, but it is an important sign worth monitoring. Keep a journal noting when you notice a decrease in your sense of smell. Compare it week by week or month by month. You should also consult a doctor if the condition persists without a clear reason, like a cold or nasal allergies. A practical and simple way to monitor yourself is to keep a few familiar items at home, like coffee beans, orange peels, or scented candles, and test them regularly each week. Recording your sense of smell over time can help you and your doctor detect any noticeable changes. Also, watch for accompanying signs like changes in your voice, irregular walking patterns, or reduced facial expressions, because Parkinson's typically shows up as a cluster of symptoms rather than a single one. Why is early detection so important? Because when identified early, patients have a better chance of slowing the disease's progression. Interventions like regular physical activity, healthy diet, speech therapy, or sensory exercises can help maintain a good quality of life for much longer. And more importantly, you'll feel empowered, not helpless. Many people say they used to think, "I guess I'm just getting old," until they realize that not all signs of decline are normal. Some changes are our body's way of asking us to take better care of ourselves. Now take a moment to think back. When was the last time you truly noticed a scent? If you've ever thought, "Lately nothing seems to smell the way it used to," don't ignore that feeling. It might just be the first doorway toward taking your brain health more seriously. Have your loved ones ever told you, "Speak up a bit, I can't hear you"? At first you might respond, "I'm speaking normally." But if that feedback keeps coming from your spouse, your children, or even an old colleague, it might not be about their hearing. It could be about you. Your voice is one of the body's quiet yet powerful signals. And when it changes, even subtly, It may be an early indicator of Parkinson's disease. Many people don't realize their voice is becoming softer, more monotone, or faint like a whisper until someone points it out. They still feel like they're speaking clearly and at a normal volume. But in reality, the muscles that control the vocal cords may already be weakening, making speech less forceful and natural. A softening voice isn't about being shy. It's your nervous system trying to say something. What's concerning is that in the early stages of Parkinson's, this change is extremely subtle. It doesn't hurt, it's not tiring, and it doesn't immediately affect your daily life. That's why most people dismiss it, until communication becomes noticeably difficult. So what's actually happening inside? Parkinson's affects muscle control, including the small muscles that manage your vocal cords and the breathing system that supports speech. When these muscles no longer coordinate smoothly, your voice becomes weaker, flat, and lacks rhythm, even struggling to express emotions the way it used to. As a result, you might feel like you're speaking normally, but others hear you whispering. They may have to strain to understand, especially in noisy environments like cafes, restaurants, or family gatherings. This isn't just about speech. It's about connection. Communication is the thread that ties us to one another, and your voice is the main bridge. When your voice loses clarity and strength, you may start to feel disconnected from conversations, misunderstood, or worse, reluctant to speak at all. This deeply affects the emotional well-being of older adults, the feeling of being forgotten, unheard, or having nothing left to say. But the truth is, the issue lies in motor control, not your value as a person. So what can you do to improve it? Many experts recommend that people over 60, especially if they notice changes in their voice, start proactive vocal exercises. For example, reading a passage out loud each morning, practicing long ah sounds to maintain volume, or simply singing along with a favorite song each day. Additionally, there are specialized voice therapy programs for Parkinson's patients, such as LSVT-LOUD, designed to help restore vocal strength and improve breath control. The most important thing, you must actively recognize the change. Don't wait until your voice fades completely before taking action. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. If someone close to you notices a change in your voice, don't react defensively. See it as an important sign, a chance to start paying more attention to your neurological health. Sometimes the smallest changes in how we speak can be the loudest signals about our inner well-being. Your voice deserves to be heard, and you absolutely can preserve it. Have you ever felt that your steps no longer feel as steady as they used to? Maybe you haven't tripped or fallen, but you've started to notice shorter strides, trouble swinging your arms as you walk, or a strange feeling like your feet are stuck to the floor. These small changes in your gait could be early signs of something much more serious. Gait is a clear but often overlooked indicator. Unlike hand tremors or memory loss, which tend to grab attention, changes in walking are frequently dismissed. Because our bodies are remarkably adaptable, gradual shifts are hard to notice. A lighter step, stiffer movement, or loss of rhythm is often written off as just part of getting older. In reality, neurologists see this as one of the earliest and most significant signs of Parkinson's disease. As coordination between the brain, nervous system, and muscles begins to decline, even simple actions like walking can become less fluid. You might start taking smaller, shuffling steps, stop swinging your arms naturally, or stumble slightly, especially when turning or changing direction. These are not simply signs of tired muscles or aching joints, but rather the result of subtle motor coordination disruptions in the brain. One classic sign is something called festination, a pattern where your steps become shorter and quicker, as if your body's being pulled forward and you need to speed up to keep balance, eventually losing control. Some people even feel frozen, unable to take the first step or suddenly halting mid-stride. The good news is, with early awareness, this can be improved. Through tailored physical therapy exercises such as Big Walk, which focuses on taking large intentional steps, rhythmic arm-swinging drills, balance training, or even walking to music, many have regained control over their movements. The key is to actively observe and listen to your body. Try recording a video of yourself walking, or simply ask a loved one if they've noticed that your steps have become shorter, slower, or less coordinated. The sooner you recognize these signs, the easier and more effective your recovery can be. Your gait isn't just a way to get around, it's part of how you present yourself to the world, confident, active, and strong. By maintaining a steady stride, you're also preserving your self-assurance and quality of life. And more importantly, a subtle change in your walk today could be your first opportunity to detect Parkinson's early, while you still have time to take control and live proactively. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and felt like your face seemed emptier than usual? Not sad, not happy, yet your expression carries a kind of weight. Sometimes people may even ask, "Why do you look so worried?" Even though you feel perfectly fine. If this keeps happening, you might be experiencing one of the earliest and most subtle signs of Parkinson's disease, facial masking, also known as Parkinson's mask. The face is one of the most powerful conveyors of human emotion. Just a slight smile, a raised eyebrow, or a joyful sparkle in the eyes can say more than words. But when you find it difficult to express emotions through your face, not because you're sad or numb, but because your facial muscles are losing mobility, that's something to pay attention to. In the early stages of Parkinson's, the areas of the brain that manage fine motor control begin to deteriorate. This doesn't just affect your arms and legs, it also impacts the muscles in your face, which require delicate coordination. As a result, people may blink less, struggle to smile naturally, and appear expressionless, even if they feel emotions clearly inside. What's more concerning is that many people don't even realize it, because the inner feelings are still present, but the ability to show them outwardly is interrupted. This can easily lead others to misunderstand, assuming you're sad, worried, or even cold. From there, communication becomes harder, increasing feelings of isolation, misinterpretation, or being ignored in social settings. However, you can absolutely observe and improve this condition. One simple method is to spend a few minutes each day practicing facial expressions, wide smiling, raising your eyebrows, frowning, opening your eyes wide, and puffing your cheeks. These exercises help activate facial muscles and maintain their flexibility. You can also record yourself while speaking and watch the playback to notice any changes. Additionally, there are specialized rehabilitation programs for people with Parkinson's that focus on facial motor skills, speech improvement, and enhancing expressiveness. For many, just adding these exercises to their daily routine has helped preserve the ability to show emotion, an essential part of human connection. Most importantly, don't let a frozen face make you lose your emotional identity. Your emotions are still there. You just need patience and a proactive approach to bring them out again. By keeping your facial expressiveness alive, you're not only preserving your communication skills, but also your spirit, your presence, and your confidence. So if you've noticed yourself smiling less lately or finding it harder to show how you feel, don't dismiss it as just a sign of aging. It might be your body's gentle reminder to pay attention, take care, and act early for the sake of your neurological health. Have your loved ones ever told you that you kick, flail your arms, or even shout in your sleep? Or have you woken up feeling like you were running or fighting in the middle of a dramatic dream? If these things happen frequently, don't dismiss them as mere dreaming. They could be early signs of Parkinson's disease, a sleep disorder involving sudden, intense physical movements, known as REM behavior disorder, RBD. During normal deep sleep, the body locks the muscles to prevent acting out dreams. But with RBD, this mechanism is disrupted, causing you to physically react as if you were inside your dream. Kicking, punching, yelling, sitting up suddenly, or even getting out of bed. These behaviors not only disrupt your sleep, but also pose a risk of self-injury or harm to your sleep partner. Importantly, this is not just a passing psychological phenomenon or a result of stress. Numerous studies have shown that RBD is one of the earliest neurological signs that can appear years, even a decade, before any external symptoms of Parkinson's emerge. In other words, if you or a loved one is experiencing abnormal sleep behaviors like these, it may be a very early warning sign of deteriorating motor and sleep regulation functions in the nervous system. So what can you do? The first step is to observe and keep track. You might consider setting up a night vision camera in your bedroom to record movements or take notes on the timing, frequency, and severity of episodes. If you sleep with a partner, ask whether they've ever been hit by your movements or startled awake by your shouting. Once you've gathered enough information, discuss it openly with a doctor, preferably a neurologist or sleep specialist. A proper diagnosis of RBD can lead to early monitoring and treatment of Parkinson's, giving you greater control over your long-term health. In the meantime, you can make your sleep environment safer. Remove hard objects around the bed, place padding or a mattress on the floor if needed, and avoid taking strong sedatives unless prescribed. Some gentle changes to your nighttime routine, like light meditation, calming music, and reducing blue light exposure, can also help improve overall sleep quality. Most importantly, don't be afraid to talk about it. Many people feel embarrassed or believe that wild dreaming is a private matter, but sleep is a mirror reflecting the state of your brain health. When you pay attention to it, you're taking a crucial step toward listening to your body. Sleep isn't just rest, it's a time for healing, protection, and recovery. And if your body is sending signals during the night, you absolutely have the power to hear them and act early. Thank you for staying with us until the very end of today's video. Your attention, presence, and willingness to listen and share are the greatest sources of motivation for us to continue creating meaningful, helpful content that truly touches real lives. If the signs shared in this video gave you something to reflect on, don't let it stop at awareness. Take action. It could be a gentle conversation with an aging loved one, a routine checkup with a neurologist, or simply paying closer attention to how you walk, speak, or perceive sense in your daily life. Proactivity is the most valuable medicine, and the earlier an issue is detected, the more power you have to preserve your quality of life. Don't wait until things become obvious to start caring, because your body always knows how to send a message. You just need to be willing to listen. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your loved ones. A small action today could help someone recognize something vital about their health tomorrow. We truly believe that everyone deserves to live healthily, proactively, and fully at any age. And now that you're better informed, you have the power to spread that awareness. We look forward to seeing you again in our upcoming videos, filled with positivity and practical value. Wishing you and your family health, peace, and a life full of vibrant energy every single day.